Well, I've coached Doug since he was 7 years old. 2008 is when Billy and I got the D team, and we had a chance to coach Doug and Grayson and all the guys that are seniors this year. And it was a special group. We knew then that they were a special group of kids. You know, he was a quiet leader, led by example, worked really hard, and absorbed a lot of information very easily and quickly, because we coached them just like we were coached. You know, even when they were young, we put a lot of plays in, and we did a lot of things with them, a lot of different drills.
You could see that the want to and the ability to grasp concepts were there. And we always talked. I can remember us talking back then, man, this guy's got a chance. As he grew and grew in, you know, started getting bigger and bigger and started growing to that size, it became evident.
As little as he was, I can still remember a couple of little older coaches saying, hey, we got a Division I football player here. And I'm like, you can't tell that at that age. I said, there's no way you can tell that. And sure enough, they hit the nail on the head.
When Doug first moved up to high school, we knew he had a chance to be special. And it's rare that we have a kid that can start as a freshman.
You know, he had the measurables of a kid coming in. The kid never missed a day of weights. And he was always here. He stayed afterwards. And then starting as a freshman, you know, we played some big ball games that year, and he held his own and did good, and you could just see the progressions.
Probably the first thing that comes to mind with Doug is what a great teammate he was in that locker room. You know, I think everybody really appreciated the fact that Doug was always ready to practice, always ready to go, always ready to do what was best for our football team.
Doug was great with our young kids. You know, we had a lot of kids that our young kids, especially our freshmen, could look up to. Then when everything happened with Wade, I felt like Doug was a great leader in that situation. He went up with us to see Wade in the hospital, helped carry out his jersey every game, and he really stepped up and showed a lot of maturity in that situation.
He carried a lot of that on his shoulders, and you know, you hear these stories about the older kids with the younger kids, but you know, he was a great leader to them, and really led the program to see, you know, this is where it needs to be. I mean, he takes time out of practice and out of his day to make sure that those kids are comfortable here.
Doug has progressed over the years, and from being that quiet leader to these past couple years really taking on more of a leadership role on the team, being more vocal, not only leading by example, but also leading with his words of encouragement.
You know, the way that he approaches practice and the games and the effort he puts into the off season is, I think, a direct reflection of his family and the kind of people that Reggie and Cindy are.
Other than being a great football player, he's even a better person.
And you can see the type of kid he is. It's from the family that's raising him. You know, it's not from the little bit of input we get as coaches.
I hope that other people can follow in their footsteps. They've really helped this program out tremendously.
You know, the way they've raised him, the respect that he has for people, his work ethic, you know, they've done something right.
That relationship is something that's going to be special to him, and it's going to carry on into his adult life. You know, you learn by example, and Reggie and Cindy have provided a great example to what it's like to be, you know, good parents, proud parents, and supporting parents.
Great kid to coach. He's a kid that you only get to coach maybe once every 10 years, every 20 years, maybe once in a lifetime. But he makes a coach look good.
Leadership, he's the leader of the team. He's been the leader of the team for 3 years. Best player in the state, one of the best players in the country.
Whether it's at this level, the next level, life, he's a winner.
He was just Mr. Consistent for us because he started 53 games in a row. For the last 4 years, Doug's been there, you know.
You know, he's super talented and everybody sees the size and all that stuff, but he's just a hard-working guy, and that just, you don't see that very often.
He's got a lot of God-given tools, but he's a very hard-working, tough kid. But when he walked in the door, he looked like a Division I football player.
Something's coming. Something's coming. Something's coming. Something's coming. the games begin.
Back there on the box field from number 74. Big Doug Nestor.
First off, they're getting a war daddy. I mean, that guy plays hard and he leaves everything out there. Just the maturity that he's had as he grew into his sophomore and junior year. I mean, as a 10th grader going out and dominating ball games like he did, it's unbelievable. And then his junior and senior year not coming off the field, playing both sides of the ball, and still keeping his grades up at 4.0.
You know, size is one thing that really kind of jumps off the paper. But when I seen how well he moved and the way he moved, his bend and all that stuff, he was off the charts.
Doug dominates games. He doesn't just play well, he dominates games.
He's going to make everybody around him better. No matter who he ends up with, he's going to make that whole unit, that whole team, he's going to make them better. He's going to be somebody that school can be proud of. When he leaves that school, it'll be somebody that they hold up as, here's what we want in our student athletes. He's that kind of kid.
He changed the culture of this program. You know, he's a big part of these last 3 years, going to 3 straight state championships, 2 conference championships, but just the attitude of the team and the work ethic and the leadership that he has completely changed the locker room.
Set back up again like it's 1st and 10. Only aim to win, let the games begin. I was born for this, from day one I